All right, let's talk about a really profound career shift, the journey from being a solution architect to becoming an enterprise architect. It's a path that demands a whole lot more than just your technical chops. It really requires a complete flip in how you look at an entire organization. Let's dive right into what this evolution is all about. This quote, it absolutely nails it. The real challenge isn't just learning some new piece of tech. Nope, it's about developing a completely new mindset, a new way of seeing all the invisible threads that connect business strategy, people, and the systems holding it all together. So let's start in a place that's probably pretty familiar to a lot of you in tech, the world of the solution architect. This is the world of delivery, right? You've got clear project goals, tangible outcomes. It's all about building the right thing and building it the right way. And this comparison just lays it all out so perfectly. As a solution architect, your whole world is the project. Your value is your technical mastery. But when you step into that enterprise architect role, your entire frame of reference just explodes. You go from the safe, defined borders of a project to the wild complexity of the entire enterprise ecosystem. And that's where your value shifts to strategic influence. As an enterprise architect, you stop seeing the company as just a bunch of separate projects. You start to see it for what it really is, a living, breathing organism. It's this complex web of dependencies, different incentives, and all those legacy systems that somehow have to evolve together. Exactly. You're not just putting out fires anymore. You are literally orchestrating the entire ecosystem. You become that crucial bridge connecting the high-level business strategy with what's actually happening on the ground, with technology. You're linking the realities of today with the big dreams for tomorrow. Of course, this new role comes with some unique challenges that have very little to do with code and a whole lot to do with people and politics. You have to be impartial, right? Even if it means recommending a technology you personally can't stand. You've got to influence people without any formal authority over them. But the biggest challenge of all, navigating this constant, built-in tension. And that brings us to the absolute heart of the role, its central paradox. Getting your head around this is so critical because navigating tension isn't just a side effect of the job, it is the job. So what do you think it is? What's the one thing people just don't get about this role? It's not the crazy technical complexity, and it's not the high-level strategic planning. It is the constant, unavoidable presence of paradox, of being pulled in opposite directions all the time. This right here is the key. The enterprise is always going to demand contradictory things from you. There's no perfect, final balance to be found. Your job is to manage this constant tension, not to get rid of it. So let's look at the first big tension. On one hand, you have to be the biggest cheerleader for innovation, pushing the organization to explore new tech and new ways of doing business. But at the same time, you have to enforce the governance that acts as the guardrails, maintaining standards, security, and financial control. You're both the engine and the brakes. And that leads us straight into our second tension. The business is always screaming for more speed, faster delivery, quicker responses to what the market is doing. But at the exact same time, operations is demanding stability, systems that are robust, reliable, and totally secure. You have to figure out how to move as fast as humanly possible without, breaking everything. And finally, there's that classic tension between the individual part and the whole system. You've got to empower your teams, right? Give them the autonomy to pick the absolute best tools to solve their specific problems. But you also have to make sure everything connects and works together through standardization, keeping the whole enterprise coherent and efficient. So if your job is to basically live inside these constant tug-of-wars, how in the world do you actually get anything done? I mean, you rarely have formal authority, so you can't just order people to follow your grand vision. And this is the fundamental mind shift. Your goal isn't to solve these paradoxes. It's not to make the conflict go away. It is to build an organization that is so resilient, it can actually handle them. You're not an eliminator of conflict. You're a designer of systems and cultures that can thrive within it. Success here comes from influence, not authority. So your toolkit has to change. It's no longer about code compilers and deployment scripts. It's about credibility, trust, and persuasion. It's about creating alignment through conversations, not enforcing control through top-down rules. And this is where emotional intelligence becomes your absolute most valuable asset. So, where does all of this take us? What is the ultimate point of this role? Well, as we've seen, it goes way beyond just the technology. It's really about shaping the entire organization's ability to succeed. To thrive in this role, you really have to cultivate the mindset of both a systems thinker and a servant leader. You have to stay relentlessly curious. You have to build empathy for everyone you work with, from the engineers to the executives. You've got to learn to communicate incredibly complex ideas with total clarity. And maybe most importantly, maintain humility. You are not the hero of this story. You are the enabler. Ultimately, this is the final evolution. The measure of your success is no longer about what you build. The real measure of your success is the capability you create that allows others to build better, faster, and in a way that all fits together. And this final question really gets to the core of this entire evolution. It challenges all of us to redefine what it even means to be an architect today. The goal isn't just to design the next system anymore. It's to create an environment, a culture where endless new possibilities can just emerge on their own.